Hey guys, welcome back for a scale warehouse update. You can see here the cement starting to go down now in the car park. I have Sergeant Hendricks, I think the chap's name is there. He's out of the original Aliens movie, and I chose him because he was kind of in the combat camos and stuff, and he's pretty decent scaled. He's a NECA figure, and he's 7-inch tall, which is 5'10", 6 foot in 110 scale, and he's standing next to the drain systems. You can see that I'm starting to build in there, and let's see, the drain system here, you can see a pipe there with a little drain, and that's running just below his feet there, and you can just see a kind of faint line as it's leading off up to that drain down there, and you can see this long drain system here is leading down underneath his feet, and I've just got little planks of wood 1 milli thick and used a couple of them, so I've just got a slight gradient coming down there, same with there, so they're both meeting underneath his feet, both running down to this middle system. See if I've got enough wire here. Both running down to that system there with the holes in that. I've drilled some holes in so the water can go through down below, and also there's a pipe running along there underneath here coming out there, and this is going to be just where I've marked it off vaguely there. That's going to be another stretch of sewer, you know, grid system, so the grid's going to send the water down there into that hole. Then it's going to send the water from there into there, down there in the hole. Same with down here into the middle hole as well. And for the draining, I got this DVD cover for blank DVDs, and I put a hole in at the bottom. And I got one of these valve systems. They're for marine fish tanks. And put the hole in the tub, and then Gorilla Glued around it, and actually got it water sealed. I've had water in it to the top, left it overnight, and the water stayed to the top. It's just dependent now. What I want to do with these is the little clippy things that where it used to go over the top of the DVD. I want to see if I can use the bottom of that DVD rack, little spindle tub that they come with, so I can glue the bottom on underneath here, and that way this can then click and screw up. But even if I want to empty it, what I'm thinking of is from the end of this valve, I'll just run a little hose pipe down into there, and then the water can just run straight into there, so I can always just keep a fresh supply of water in the system so it's not going mouldy and stuff. So yeah, you can see on the car park here now that I'm kind of getting a level for it, so it's flattening off at about 1 inch deep in cement grout mix, and it's about 1 inch deep, and it's just a bit low at the minute. I'm trying to get around the sides behind the guy there, and along the side of the wall. I just want them a little higher so the water can run down into the sewer systems. But yeah, you can see, guys, that this is about 7 tubs of grout and mix, and each tub is like 3.75 kilo. So there's actually quite a lot of cementy grouty mix on here now. That's been mixed as well with a lot of cement and sand, so there's quite a bit of weight on here. This has took quite a bit of time because it's been so deep and the sewer systems had to be built into it, and even though I've raised it using wood to reduce the thickness required of the cement, it still took all them tubs to do. But I'm not too worried now because this has been the biggest amount of cement I'll need, and you can just see here this is going to be a ramp going into the actual warehouse, and the ramp's going to start off at an inch high when it meets, but it's going to slowly decrease, and it'll go down when it's in the warehouse to about 2 milli thick of cement. And 2 milli thick is you can put that on pretty fast, so I can cover the rest of the warehouse and the rest of the floors probably faster than I've done this. This one's took about maybe 30 hours because I've been layering it. It's taught me a lot of things. You can just see, for example, just below his feet, the kind of texture of this middle centre here. That's what you get if you sand this gear down, which is giving me an idea of the level. And this stuff will all be sanded down to flat enough to match that texture. It's super strong. You can't really see the layers there because the mixtures, when I've been making this, I've been managing to get each batch exactly the same as the one before. It's very manageable, so I know the strength of each batch and the colour of each batch will match the original batch, and that's why the colour of the place is actually matching up quite well. And I've done that because it's good for the colour and the texture, but it's also very useful because it's taught me about the strength of this cementy grout he makes at different thicknesses, at 2 milli thick, at 4 milli thick, at an inch thick. So that's been really interesting because that'll come along when I'm making double-sided walls. You can see how it's just one thick, that wall. When there's another brick layer behind that, it gets very strong, flex is removed from it, and when it's cemented and grouted, preferably with an equal mix each time, you can start calculating how much weight the wall will take on paper, because when it's not all equal, then your math starts going off a bit. So that's my kind of mission here. But yeah, on today's mission, it was just trying to hopefully give you guys an idea at what it'll look like when it's on film at scale. So I've just got the camera to just below the top of the wall there, which would be that dude's eye level. So when you'd be looking down in real life at a 10-meter square car park, it should match up with the depth look on the camera here at 10 meters. So even though the end of that wall down there is only 94 centimeters away, it should match 9.4 meters for the 1:1 scale world. So yeah, you'd be looking at something like that, and I've nearly strangled myself there. And with different props in and green screen at the back. I've left the green screen off now while I do the dirty dusty stuff, as well as the other wall going down the side running along here, with a front wall here with like dog meat factory on it or something, and a nice little side door there next to the ramp as well as the ramp. Trying to get a nice gradient so the forklift isn't struggling, but I'm having to be cheating with the weights on the forklift, I think. So, you know, it's not too bad. It'll look like it's carrying more than it actually is. I'm afraid you can't, unless you get a nice steel forklift at probably, I don't know, 1,000 quid, 2,000 quid, it won't be lifting decent weights. And that's the only 110 scale forklift I can find online. No 110 scale anywhere, it kills me. Still, but thanks guys for watching and stuff. I hope you like this quick update, get the idea of where I'm going with it and stuff. This has been a big chunk of the work, this cementing and the sewage system, so hopefully sewage system will work. Just run some pipes up from an old fish tank pump to run some tubes up there with some fine pins in it to get rain effect, fine mist to make a rain in scale, and it should look pretty damn sweet. So thanks guys for dropping by, tuning in. I'll catch us on the flip side, so to speak. See you in a bit.